All right, I believe we should be live. Hello, everyone. What's going on? Where are we? So, no Dawn to Dawn today. It would usually be Dawn to Dawn Monday. Last chapter came out last week. There's no new chapter today. Tatsu took a break. Rightfully so. Maybe Tatsu was waiting for this new Chainsaw Man chapter. Maybe he's taking a week off for, for loss, right? For mourning, right? The workplaces usually give you that when, something dear to you is dying. You get some time off for mourning, right? Yeah. So, about Chainsaw Man, and I'll answer this a couple of times until I get sick of answering the same question. I'm not gonna do a live review of the chapter tomorrow, only because my plan is to do a review of the chapter for a video basically like tomorrow. Like, chapter comes out tomorrow, I post a video tomorrow. So doing a live review would be great, but that's like an hour. That like basically pushes the video an hour later. So I would rather keep that hour and just post the video sooner. We got Eden, excuse me. We got Eden's in chat. We got Mohammed. We got Justin Garcia. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Yeah. Tomorrow's chapter is going to be interesting. I feel like Shonen Jump might be gaslighting us a little bit, because they said on all of their Twitter accounts, right? It was the same tweet in Japan, English, and whatever other accounts they posted it on, saying, are you excited for the series finale? Those were the words they used. Series finale. Excuse me. So they're setting it up. They're giving us these expectations that tomorrow is the series finale. They didn't say the part finale, all right? They said Chainsaw Man, blah, 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 series finale. So, I mean, you kind of have it from, what's the expression? Mouth of the beast expression. Of course. I can't remember the expression, but I mean, you're hearing it right from Shonen Jump. I mean, the only way it could be more clear is if Fujimoto said, if Fujimoto said, hey guys, excited to put out the last chapter. Fujimoto, it's interesting because they've been kind of silent. All they've really said is like, hey guys, I just saw that new movie Hoppers. Looks pretty cool. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Fujimoto leave Twitter? Because my first question would be, why is he kind of silent? You would think like other creators, sorry, I got distracted here. Hold on. Damn, okay. Hold that thought for a second. Oh my God, so many incredible things on Twitter. Oh my God. Akane Banashi will be broadcasting for why they put 02. I don't know why they did that. 2 split cores for a total of 24 episodes. So Akane Banashi gets all the W's. I love that. That's amazing. Director Ayumu Watanabe. Ayumu Watanabe anime. Let's see. Let's go to Mal. Director of Komi-san. Okay, I like that. Did storyboard on Great Pretender. I mean, the big one seems to be Komi-san. The only other thing I see is that he did key animation for Howl's Moving Castle. So, I mean, I really like Komi-san, so it's, I guess, I don't know the word I'm looking for here, not endearing, but a good sign, right? Because if you've seen Komi-san, it looks really good. It's not like, you know, the best animated show, but it looks gorgeous. So, I think this is perfect, because Komi-san is another series that, like, isn't purely a comedy, but is kind of structured that way. So if it looks like Komi-san, I'm happy. I think it'll be great. Obviously, it's not the same studio. So that's good news. I'm gonna have to save that. April 4th release. Interesting. Marcus Barnes just subscribed. Well, hello, Marcus. Welcome to the channel. Where was I? Oh, I saw something else. What was the other thing? Oh. Something about Absolute Batman, so not really relevant. I just want to see. Let's see. So for anyone who reads Absolute Batman, apparently Joker is planned to meet Batman in issue 21. So in like 3 issues, which kind of makes sense because it's been set up for a while now. Two-Face has been compared to the Punisher. Yeah, Two-Face is designed for Absolute Batman. The way they're showing it now, this looks like the most bold interpretation of Two-Face, which I hope so, because I feel like nobody's really done anything interesting with Two-Face for, you know, forever, really. Two-Face has always been kind of like a mid Batman villain. Like, obviously Harvey Dent is an interesting character, but then Two-Face is just like, okay, yeah, he's there, I guess. Death, okay, I'm not gonna say that. That's a spoiler. But that's something about Deathstroke. That looks really cool. Clayface is coming up. New original villains. Something about Poison Ivy. I won't say what. Yeah, if you're not reading Absolute Batman, you have to read it. It's insane. It looks dope. It looks dope, but it's also incredibly good. I'm reading the graphic novels, and it's one of the best ongoing stories ever. It's awesome. No, but I wanted to go on Twitter. I want to see Fujimoto. Did anybody reply? Okay, what the heck is AMA? Ask me anything. What's going on, Oscar, by the way? Scarecrow has one of the best designs. Yes, though this interpretation of Scarecrow, I haven't gotten that far yet, so I'm purely going on marketing. But this interpretation of Scarecrow seems awesome. Because again, Scarecrow is one of those characters that has always had a ton of potential, but they're just like, oh, yeah, you know, he's here too. But this Scarecrow looks insane. He looks awesome. What was I gonna say? Fujimoto has always been silent. All he ever posts is food recommendations and movie recommendations. I could have sworn Oscar rejoined. Awesome. Friendly reminder, if you are not a member of the channel, join. You get a cool custom membership badge and you get custom emojis. OG, you're going to read Gachi Akata? That's not the plan for today. I might, though. I think mainly what I want to start with is Ichi the Witch, because I'm like 10 or 15 chapters behind on Ichi the Witch, but we'll see. Edens, how far are you into Absolute Batman? I just want to see. Interesting. Dude, you know what's crazy? So, spoiler warning for Adventure Time and Chainsaw Man. So I'm going to give you a few seconds because, again, this is a spoiler for Adventure Time and Chainsaw Man. All right, spoiler in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I forgot about this, but it's crazy to me because I feel like this makes perfect sense now. So somebody just tweeted that Denji and Pochita were inspired by Finn and Jake. You know what's crazy about that? You know what happens in Adventure Time? Jake dies before Finn in Adventure Time. And his death traumatizes Finn to the point where he then is like chasing... I have to save this. That's crazy. Depending on what happens next chapter, I may have just thought of my next video, or one of them anyway. That's crazy. Somebody had tweeted this a long time ago. I remember hearing about this. But what's crazy is Jake dies. Not in the main series, but he dies in like the like sequels and spin-offs. And they don't really explore it until Fiona and Cake, but basically what happens is in Fiona and Cake, Jake dies. It traumatizes Finn because not only did he lose his, you know, childhood brother, right? Like his brother since he was a baby, but he loses his like adventure partner, like his bro. So Finn has to go through this whole character arc where like he's constantly chasing thrills like Denji, and he has to figure out how to like let people into his life, which happens with Finn because then Finn tries to date Huntress Wizard and they date, and then it's like there's this awkwardness because they can't really like fully open up to each other. That's crazy. If this is so, if part 2 ends like just like that, then I might have to make a video about that, because that's crazy if that's true. If this, or rather, if this is how Chainsaw Man is going to end, that's crazy. Oh, so Edens, we're basically at the same story point. You might be like 2 issues ahead of me, because I read up to the point where they just beat Bane. So that might have been issue 14. I don't know. Gachi Akata doesn't drop till tomorrow. Yeah, usually it drops on Tuesdays. So I am like 10-ish chapters behind, I think. But yeah, I'll probably read it next week, depending on my schedule. I've been a member for almost a year, and it still shows that I just joined. I need to look into how that works, because it does that to other people as well. We got a Ho-Height in chat. What's going on, a Ho-Height? You're not that late. We're only like 16 minutes into the stream. Do you think Disney will ruin anime if they get a license? What do you mean? They already stream anime, so are you talking about a license to do an original anime? Like, I don't know, do Kagurabachi? With anything Disney, it just comes down to like who they put in charge, because like, you know, Dave Filoni is usually pretty good about Disney projects. Fujimoto perfectly illustrates what to do when you're receiving hate, not engaging in discussions, or get off the internet. Keep doing what you're doing and act like nothing happened. I mean, look at what happens with Kei Urana. Kei Urana like takes all of it in, and it just makes everything worse. Kei Urana is an example of somebody who really just needs to not go on their phone for positive and negative reasons. Kei Urana kind of instigates the negative side of the fandom because they know they can get a response out of her. The other thing about Kei Urana, I wish she would not talk about the story, because, for example, there was the thing with like Corvus and his neck tattoo or something, there being, or maybe it was the earrings. I think it was the earrings with Corvus and Zodil, and everyone was like, oh, is that a theory? Is that a connection? And she was like, oh no, that was a mistake, sorry. And I'm just like, maybe don't do that. Maybe no. Anytime an author preemptively says something about a story that's like ongoing, it almost always bites them in the ass. Like, do you remember when the creator of Attack on Titan for years was saying that they had already drawn the final panel or one of the final panels of Attack on Titan, and everyone had this idea that Attack on Titan had this perfectly planned ending for years, and then we finally got to that last chapter and everyone hated it. And that whole like, oh, I had the final chapter planned out for years, made it even worse, because everyone was like, this is what you had planned for years? This is what you decided you wanted to draw before all these other arcs? That's stupid. If they had not, if what's his name? I can't remember his name. If he had said nothing, it would have been, you know, like, oh yeah, I mean, I didn't like this ending. But to say that this is what you had planned, it just makes it worse, because then it's like, what? Like, you had this in your head for like 2-3 years and it never occurred to you that you should change it? Like, what? Get out of here. If Chainsaw Man is like Adventure Time, do you think Denji will go to hell to retrieve Pochita's soul? I don't, did that ever really happen in Adventure Time? I don't think that's what happened. If you're talking about the Kingdoms Beyond. I can't remember. What the hell were the sequels called before Fiona and Cake? Anyway, that's if part 3 gets announced, but I don't know. Again, everything is up in the air right now because there's supposedly one more chapter, but nothing is really confirmed. So everyone's just like, right? Distant Lands, thank you. I wanted to say Universes Beyond because I play Magic the Gathering, but I'm like, that's not it. Distant Lands, thank you. They got a Flower's Soul in AT. What do you mean they got a Flower's Soul? Are you talking about like the flower they had? I don't remember that. I was talking about a sequel in the form of a movie. Finn went to the afterlife to retrieve Jake's soul. Wasn't the plot that he died? And so he was trying to like meet Jake in the afterlife? I thought that was the plot. Anyway, that's crazy that came up. I'm just looking at some of the posts that came up when I looked up Fujimoto. Man, that's crazy. The whole Chainsaw Man thing really needs to be... Sorry, I keep getting distracted by Twitter. Man. Twitter is crazy. I need to click off of that. What the hell was I even... you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, I think I was gonna say the whole Chainsaw Man thing really needs to be studied. It's insane. It went from like one of the most hyped up series to like unequivocally like one of the most dog shit series. Like part 2 still has its perks, like it still has its merits, but this is like up there with some of the worst endings in manga ever, excuse me. I mean, he died but still went to the afterlife to retreat. Yeah, but that's like saying, you know, I died and went to the afterlife to find Jesus. That's like, you know, I didn't die to go find Jesus. I died and then I was like, oh, I guess I'll go find Jesus now that I'm here. Like, it's not like Finn, you know, died just so he could find Jake. It's like he probably died, you know, fighting a dragon or something. Bro, imagine part 3 is Denji in the distant future, who has died of old age, and now they show his adventures in hell if he ends up there. That would be crazy. The episode where they went to the land of the dead to get a flower soul they killed. I don't remember that one. I'm sure if I saw it, I'd be like, oh yeah. I don't know. So if you can't tell, Eden's is less than thrilled with Chainsaw Man. Excuse me. Water went down the wrong way. Anyway, oh God, I hate when that happens. I'm gonna read Ichi the Witch. Of course, it tells me nothing about where I left off. No, but that's why, like, that's what I'm saying. They don't really give you an answer for how Finn ended up in the afterlife. They just say, like, oh, he died. We got Antonio in the chat. What's going on, Antonio? How am I doing? I'm doing well. This is my first time being here. Well, hello. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live streams. Hope you're enjoying the videos. We're just going to be reading some Ichi the Witch, so if you're not caught up to that, you might want to come back later or maybe watch another stream. I'm sorry if that kind of upsets your plans, but thank you for tuning in. Pleasure to have you. Okay, so apparently this is the perfect time to catch up to Ichi the Witch. I'm gonna go on 5. Hold on one second. I have to go on the app and see where I left off. Where? This is one of the worst endings ever. Literally everyone says that when manga ends these days. That kind of talk has lost its meaning now. I don't necessarily think that's true. I mean, that wasn't the case with Dr. Stone. That wasn't the case with Undead Unluck. It's only these big series. It's only big series that get hyped, you know, to astronomical levels, and then everyone hates it. Which I've done a video about, but there's a strong chance I'll do another one, because it just keeps happening and people are like shocked every time it happens. But, you know, Akane Banashi, that's another one. It's not ending soon, but that'll be one when it ends. I'm sure everyone who reads it will be happy with it. Trying to think what else. Demon Slayer was a case where the ending was actually good. It's just the final fight that I think sucks. But in general, nobody really hates the ending. Trying to think what else. And it's not like that's a new thing. Everyone said it about Bleach. Everyone said it about everyone said it about Naruto. Everyone said it about Dragon Ball, right? You know, people are like, oh, the Buu saga is stupid. My Hero Academia, Black Clover. But in terms of like series with actually good endings, Dr. Stone ending is meh. It's okay. Wasn't perfect. Undead Unluck had a good ending. Trying to think what else. I'm literally just going through Jump. From what I was told, people liked the Mission Yozakura family ending. Jujutsu Kaisen ending sucked. Golden Kamuy was another series with an amazing ending. Trying to think what else. That's the thing. It's like Fire Force obviously had an amazing ending. That's another one. I'm trying to think like what has ended outside of Shonen Jump. Soul Eater was like, yeah. Shaman King ending is ass. It sucks. Trying to think what else. I have not read it yet, but apparently the Haikyuu ending is really, really good. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not, people like to say it's every shonen manga. It's not every shonen manga. It's really just like the big ones. Tokyo Revenger's ending was so ass. It was so dumb, so stupid. Have I read Emanon? I think I have. Is that the one I think it is? Yes, I have read Emanon and I really like it. Have I read Vagabond? No, not yet. The hate at the ending of My Hero Academia was so funny because most of it was based on fake news and people spreading propaganda who don't even read the manga. That's the problem. Like, every time a series ends, manga fans hate it way more than anime fans. Because anime fans, like, and when I say anime fans, I mean people who don't read the manga, people who really don't even interact online. They're just, you know, watching it on Netflix while they eat Dominoes and, you know, play Clash of Clans on their phone. Anime fans who just like watch it without having all these opinions to, you know, affect their opinion, they almost always like it way more than manga fans. The one exception I can think of is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan, everyone agrees that ending is stupid. It's even funnier how a month later people realized they jumped the gun on MHA's ending. Yeah. MHA is another one where it's like, was it a perfect ending? No. That final arc overall is like a solid 6 or 7 out of 10. It's fine. It kept in theme with everything that was set up. It was not perfect, but it fit the story. It's like, it worked. It was less than great, but it was fine. So you're telling me that more popular series get more hate than less popular ones for their endings? The reason is you have more people talking about it. The more people talk about a thing, like, the more it really just comes down to like expectations. Like, there are so many video games that get hyped up before they get released. Everyone's like, oh, this is going to be like the next big thing. And then it comes out and everyone's like, oh, yeah, it's okay. But because they were expecting it to be the next big thing, emotionally, they're like, this sucks, right? Because if you're up here, if you go into it thinking a thing is here and it's really like here, it feels like it's here. Whereas if you go into a thing, it's expecting it to be like somewhere here and it's like here, then you're happy because that's exactly where you're expecting it to be. There's no disappointment. That isn't to say don't get your hopes up for anything in life, but like, if, you know, you get this idea in your head that everything's going to be perfect all the time, then you're always just going to be disappointed. It didn't have enough suches for the themes. I can't wait to see more people make more takes on that meme if Chainsaw Man ends tomorrow. Like Crimson Desert, like literally every game, every like big game that comes out now. No, the anime changed a few things, bro. They just added a few pieces of information. The core of the ending didn't change. I mean, that was My Hero. That was a bunch of things, right? Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into Ichi the Witch. Oh, right. I lost my train of thought. I need to... Where is Ichi the Witch? Ichi the Witch, I was on chapter 6, so exactly 15 chapters. It's weird how like I can usually remember like how many chapters behind I am. I never expect anything from the ending, not because I don't have expectations, but because I want to be surprised. I don't want to expect something and then get exactly what I want. That's why I don't really care to get into online discussions about theories and, you know, predictions, because then I have it in my head that certain things are going to happen and then they don't, because, you know, surprise, surprise, the author is not wed to your theories about, you know, Enel and Kaido teaming up to steal Blackbeard's devil fruit. You know, Kei Urana is not wed to your theory that Zonka and Jabber are gonna get married and adopt Rudo. You know, it's ridiculous. Like, people come up with their headcanon and then they get pissed off that like their theory about something that hasn't happened yet did not happen. It's like, maybe don't write the story for the writer. But that's another good way to put it too, Oscar. I don't want to expect something and then get exactly what I want. You want to have expectations, but still be surprised. Like, you want there to be structure. So retroactively you can be like, oh my god, so that's what they were setting up. But like proactively be like, okay, this is what I'm expecting to happen. All right, that's a good way to put it. I like that. A lot of the new series in Shonen Jump right now lack, oh god, testosterone, and I think that yeah, that, you know, that's an interpretation. The worst kind of theory fans are the ones who can't accept any opinion that isn't I agree. Yeah, literally. Yeah, the best way to approach theories is just like, I don't care if it happens, but here's my theory because it sounds fun, or here's my theory because it's ridiculous, and how cool would it be if it actually came true? Not, no, this is definitely going to happen because I circled it in red, and now because I circled it in red, I'm being super analytical and psychological. At One Piece fans. Excuse me. Okay, but Tune into the Midnight Heart is going to end with him married to them all. I gotta be honest, Aho Height, I have no idea what you're talking about. Man, I'm like Asmongold. I'm like dying from water today. Excuse me. My God. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Excuse me. All right. let's read Ichi the Witch. So I'm on chapter 61. Where are we? So I'm gonna forget everyone's names, but basically, if you're not caught up on Ichi the Witch, Ichi and his team are trying to win the test, so to speak, for this time magic. But they come across the time magic. They realize the time magic is married to a human. So they're like, oh, well, this complicates things, because if we capture you, then you're going to be leaving your wife. Excuse me. But before they can really decide to do anything, this one like sea monster magic shows up and wants to fight the time magic. And then this servant of the world hater, who is like the endgame villain, shows up to instigate things as well. Excuse me. But yeah, that's where we left off, and now we have to figure out. Oh, and also, Uroro, the magic, the like king magic, the king of magics, I believe is his title. He took over Ichi's body, and now they're in like sort of a fusion state. Fujimoto is probably the type of guy who, if he read fan theories, would then create stories in such a way that not only would those theories not happen, but the complete opposite would happen. So Oda, that's basically what Oda does. Oda hates that people try to predict One Piece, which is hilarious, because then he writes the ending of One Piece, or he writes what the One Piece is on a note and then throws it in the ocean. So I think that's hilarious because, you know, he's trying to have his cake and eat it too. He wants people to get excited for the ending, but then he doesn't want people to talk about the ending. It's like, maybe pick one. Anyway, so we're on chapter 61 of Ichi the Witch. Chapter 61 of Ichi the Witch. Vitals, if you do not read Ichi the Witch or you do not want spoilers, kindly cover your ears. So this squid monster magic is saying Hitsugi got turned to dust. So all these zombies, sea monster people are getting turned to dust. They rebuilt a body for themselves out of human corpses. So this is the long-haired servant of the world hater. They're trying to keep their true form hidden. Oh, so Hitsugi is his name. Okay. So Hitsugi tells Kizashi, who is this squid magic, go find Chrono Weaver's mate, kill her and the baby she's carrying now. So Kizashi, right? Kizashi is carrying the World Hater's staff, which we've seen the World Hater literally level cities, so should be pretty easy to go kill a human and her baby. So Kizashi tries to go chase down Chrono Weaver's wife, but then he gets stopped by Chrono Weaver. He breaks out of the spell. The staff gave him power. So the weapon is called the Shakujo staff, the Sinosora. One of the only weapons that are capable of warping magic and destroying magics. Interesting. So, what's his name? Hitsugi, right? Yeah, Hitsugi reveals himself. He says, "My name is the Reverser Magic." He calls himself Hitsugi, one of the 7 stars of the World Hater. "My trial is to offer me 10,000 deaths." So he provides 10,000 dead back to life, kill them all, and you pass my trial. So there's all these zombies, and he's saying, look, if you can kill all these, you know, undead people, then you capture me. There you go. We got Yato in the chat. What's going on, Yato? If you're looking for good manga reviews, especially Ranger Reject, check out Yato. He's also just a cultured, chill dude, so make sure to follow him. All right, I missed quite a bit of comments. Let me see here. Am I catching up on Ichi or doing a reread? No, I'm catching up. I've been like 15 chapters behind. I like stopped right before this big fight started. So I'm well behind. Not gonna lie, Kazashi's design looks like it came straight from Has-Been Hotel. Yeah, because Has-Been Hotel, Vivzy Pop, her approach is like just take an animal and then like make it look human and also make it horny. I wouldn't go so far as to say as Kazashi is horny, but that's basically what they did here. They just took a squid and gave it a torso. That's pretty much it. Like that's the whole design, which I don't hate, but it's not my favorite design. I hate myself for asking this, but what is this character's name? Ichi the Witch Mentor. Discaris. There it is. There we go. That's how long it's been since I've read Ichi the Witch. I couldn't remember. Discaris. They're like one uber cool character. Wasn't Oda held against his will? Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. We got Luke in chat. What's going on, Luke? My goat on fraud watch? Listen, whoa. Time out. Don't be calling me a fraud. If you didn't read a series for 15 weeks, you might forget the names of characters too. I've also been reading stuff, my dude. Oh, here we go. Yeah, all right. You know what? Bring it on. Call me a fraud. Call me a phony. Right? Somebody edit this part of the stream with the Family Guy bit. This guy's a phony. He's a big fat phony. Right? I deserve it. That's fair. Discaris is unforgettable. I'm just terrible with names. Like if you show me a character, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's the, you know, uber cool lady from Ichi the Witch, but God forbid I remember the name. Anyway, so yeah, it's Hitsugi versus Discaris. She summons her like boss spell, kills all the zombies. For as much as you say you hate the word love, your trial hinges on the emotions that connect humans to each other. Is it me, or are you actually more interested than anyone in human love and friendship? Have you turned into a spiteful creep just because nobody would notice you? Talk about lame, you lonely old virgin. Bro, call a man a virgin. That's like Yeah, no. She's in for a fight. Them's fighting words. But it also shows that like she's like the ultimate shit talker because she just called him a virgin. Like that's crazy. The difficulty of a magic's trial is proportional to their disposition towards humans. The ones who really hate humans are particularly difficult. A human hater's magic is not just supremely difficult, it's the worst possible tragedy they can think of. So now are we gonna get Hitsugi's backstory? OG, how could you forget the name of the most badass character in the series and she's black too? You'd be a fraud on Twitter. You know what? That is... I'm not gonna argue with that. Oh, Luke, sorry. What are your thoughts on the finale of Chainsaw Man? Again, this is a thing where I have zero expectations. It just, overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm expecting the ending of Chainsaw Man, the ending of part 2 anyway, to be like a 6 at best, because I have not liked the last 20 chapters at least. Oh, I'm saying Oda didn't write the One Piece down by choice. I mean, sure, but what an odd request that would be to be like, hey, we want you to write down the One Piece and throw it in the middle of the ocean. I'm pretty sure Oda just felt like doing that to spite everyone. What are your thoughts on the current arc of Witch Watch and where it's heading? Witch Watch is another one that I'm like 10-ish chapters behind, so I'll get back to you in like 10 chapters. Or, yeah, you know what I mean. Bro, what's the point of calling your opponent a virgin? Even Gojo didn't do that, because that's like basically calling them a wuss, like a loser. That's basically the PG version of saying no bitches, right? Like, no bitches. Calling somebody a virgin, that's like calling somebody a tryhard or like a sweat in Call of Duty. That's like saying, bro, go touch grass. Like, you're a loser. That's basically what it equates to. Just calling somebody a loser. Imagine if that whole portion of dropping the chest in the ocean was AI. Bro, that... Ugh. Thoughts on Gonron eggs still being serialized? Well, they usually don't cut manga until they're getting ready to add new ones. So my suspicion will be that it'll get cut a couple weeks before the next batch. I also don't hate Gonron egg. I just think it just can't really live up to its potential. It's super weird, but I kind of liked it. Anyway, so Ichi the Witch, Kizashi is swimming through the ocean, moving at 310 miles per hour. Gokuraku is piloting the modified comets. This rain will be no blessing. So what is Chrono Weaver gonna do? Did he pause the water? You truly have a ridiculous form, saying that to Kizashi, declaring your trial to be killing you, yet your body gives you infinite lives. Wait a minute. I have 203 lives left. Hold on, Did that say that in the last chapter? Let me go back. 61. Oh, yeah. Look at that. 204. That's funny. I like that. See, prime example. No expectation, but retroactively, structure. I like that. So anyway, chapter 62. Having watched your recent video on the Horikoshi curse, I think what these new series fail to do is find balance of great start to the story, but then not giving us anything to keep reading. Dr. Stone, where Tsukasa kills Senku early on, was a great hook to keep us reading and see where it's going. Yeah, they get predictable. Like there's no wow factor. That's a good example. They're not cutting it because it looks like it's going to get like 5-ish chapters till it wraps up. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like they'll end it like well before 100 chapters or well before like whatever 15 volumes. So Kizashi is an interesting character because he has all these memories of the times he's fought Chrono Weaver. And Chrono Weaver responds, "Yes, Kizashi, I remember it all. I will admit that across my long life, the time I spent with you was not boring. Looking back at it now, I even feel a touch of gratitude." And now Kizashi's crying because he's like, dude, I don't want to kill you, but like you're allied with a human and humans are stupid. So like leave them and like let's go be bros. This is such a good chapter. Holy shit. Oh my God. This needs an anime. I need to see this animated. This anime is going to be, this series is going to be so insanely huge when it comes out. Better, it's so good, man. Oh my God. I'm overstimulated with good writing right now. This is crazy. Now he's like exploding. Oh, all of his lives just split up. He sacrificed like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 60 of his lives. No, 100 of his lives. I don't know where the other 4 are. My super special secret attack. I bet you didn't know I could do this. So he basically just pulled a Majin Buu. He did like the ghost attack. Or I guess a Cell Jr. I don't know. Something like that. But then Goku Raku shows up. Did he just like puppet Ichi saying he can kill him? That's funny. Or punch him rather. Oh man, Goku Raku about to pull up with the modified body. When he's got government money. That's funny. Yeah, so he had 203 lives, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That doesn't make sense. He went from 203 to... Right? The math ain't mathin' here. So he catches up to Ichi's group, or rather Goku Raku's group. He's gonna try and kill them all. Goku Raku attacks one of the clones, catches him in a net, does a rush attack called Thrasher. You human haters are all the same. You lie, you deceive, you get violent. You look down on us humans and treat us like toys, like we're garbage. In the end, the one who came out of it hurt was my friend. What the hell? He just folded his arm back into some super crazy gun. Agni cannon. So yeah, he basically just pulled like a Mega Man. That's crazy. That was insane. That's such a... Bro, he's eating the squid. How crazy is that? Oh my god, Ichi the Witch stays winning. It's just an amazing, crazy... Ugh, love it. What am I reading? Ichi the Witch. People complain about series because they didn't get what they wanted. You can't please everyone. Exactly. This is my favorite arc. It is damn good. Another example of great long-running hooks to a series I can think of is in Akane Banashi. Yes, that was a good one. And well-timed as well. Shout out to Nishi for having 2 ongoing bangers, and before he said it, yep, not including spinoffs. OG, calm down. This is a conversation between an octopus from the Has-Been Hotel and an owl after 40 years of depression and alcohol. It's a completely normal conversation. Pretty much. Goku Raku metal AF for that? Bro, Goku Raku is a real one. He's so cool. All the characters are metal. Except for like Kuragi, but even Kuragi, she's learning. She's catching up. Am I caught up with Iruma-kun? No, I haven't read Iruma-kun since like... Ooh, I think like last spring or maybe this summer. Yeah, I don't think I've read Iruma-kun since the summer. So I'm probably like 30-ish chapters behind. But that's a good reminder. I should catch up on that. Anyway, back to Ichi the Witch. How are we doing on time, by the way? We're at an hour. So yeah, we'll catch up on Ichi. Oh no! Oh no! It's a Discaris flashback, so it's gonna be depressing. No, but look at her. She's so cute. Baby Discaris. That's amazing. So basically, ever since Discaris was like a child, she's been trying to capture, well, she was trying to capture the fatal shot magic. She trains herself. She tells herself that she's going to be the greatest. I'm gifted enough to be the world's most powerful witch. I'm doing it because I made a promise to my dumb little brother. Bro, hair down Discaris with like the crazy messy hair where she looks like Anne from Amphibia. That's a crazy design. Like, I kind of wish we would get that for a few chapters. That's crazy. So basically, we're just seeing how Discaris acquired all of her super crazy strong magics. And they're all like ridiculous tests. So had to get like a perfectly aimed shot, sit on a spike for 100 days, answer 1,000 questions, and you have all the questions have to have good answers. Bro, the spread on that is crazy. Oh my god, what was I doing in life not reading Ichi the Witch every freaking week? God damn you, DC. Bro, people who say there's nothing good to read are so... They're on drugs. DC Comics is amazing. Shonen Jump, amazing. You know, so many other good series. Galaxius, Shangri-La Frontier, Gachi Akata, like, just read things. There's so many good things to read. God damn it. Oh my god. I'm overstimulated right now. I need to take a breath and have some water. I need to calm down. Iruma-kun is already longer than MHA. Yeah, because Iruma-kun is better. And you can clip me saying that. Yeah, I'll probably do Iruma-kun this week. Edens, you have my permission to nag the hell out of me to read Iruma-kun. And I say that because I know you will if I give you permission to. If people don't have anything good to read, why not go write their own stories? Because they're lazy and they want to complain. That's why. Anyone who says that either doesn't know where to read good stuff or they only choose to read the same 2 or 3 things. Exactly. They just want to sound smart. Eden says, say less. Exactly. I knew you'd be a bro like that. Anyway, so she's killing all these zombies, slicing off the heads of your own kind, bathing in their blood. You're less a witch and more a demon. So basically, she's OP. I knew this chapter was going to be depressing. I knew this shit was going to happen. So now we're seeing the little brother being the strongest witch and catching all the bad magics. I wish I'd been a girl so I could be a witch too. You be one for me, be the greatest ever. And then of course he got killed by the world hater. Oh, she's making him kill her brother. What a devious bastard. Chapter 65. Hoshigami, the star god, has spoken. So Discaris is from Polaris Mountain. High altitude. Mountain that reached closest to the stars. She's part of the Ikaruga clan, the Star Eaters. They worshipped the night stars and lived modest lives. Libro is her brother. She did not want to become a witch. I'd rather live outside eating grass with the goats. Dude, she's so OP. Everyone in town knows who she is. That's crazy. So they reveal that her and her brother are orphans, so they don't actually have parents to look out for them. Their parents got killed by a plague. To be honest, I don't want other people telling me how to live, and magic doesn't interest me. It seems like it's a whole lot of annoying work. I guess it wouldn't be too bad to give my baby brother what he wants and have him think I'm cool. Oh no. So they were playing and he's chasing her. And while he was chasing her, literally she just missed getting trapped in the town when the world hater put like a barrier that destroyed the town. Everything inside the zone was twisted and destroyed. If I'd started studying magic sooner, would I have been able to do something? Oh my god, talk about a perfect origin story. Oh my god. Oh, this is the best thing ever. This is the best thing in the world. I love it so much. It's so screwed up, but it's so well written. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is gonna be the best anime ever. This is so good. This is such a good story. I love it. It's amazing. It's perfect. Bro, the parents must have been very creative when they gave birth to their daughter's little brother. You know what? I didn't even put that together. Lil bro. I like that. That's funny. I missed the bathroom. Almost ended my career. Bro, you gotta clean up your diet, man. I'm reading Discaris's backstory, and it's insanely good. Yeah, I might have to do a video on this. I don't know that I will, but it's stupid good. Is there a reason why you should read Ichi the Witch video coming up in the near future? I mean, I'm pretty sure I did a video on that already. Excuse me. I'll probably do that. I'll probably do a video. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to have time to catch all the way up to Ichi the Witch, just because, you know, I've been answering questions and ranting. I somehow have yet to make a video specifically for Ichi. Hey man, no better time than the present. You'd be way ahead of me and everyone else if you did it this week, even. Start looking like that guy who watched the Star Wars trailer? I don't know what you mean, sir. Can you really kill your brother? Can you really kill your own heart? World's most powerful witch, Discaris. She drops her sword, hugs him. She's like totally emotionally destroyed right now. All right, I gotta read one more chapter. So they're fighting the Kizashi clones. Goku Raku says he needs 5 minutes to charge up an attack. The, like, prophecy magic, the one who kind of dresses like a clown, She's trying to give him 5 seconds. Chrono Weaver is trapping all of the other clones. Minnie is the only one I trust, but if they chose to risk their lives, I couldn't trust them with a moment of my time. Okay, I can read one more chapter. That chapter was pretty straight to the point. No matter how hard you try and harm my family, learn that lesson already. Octobomb. He says my name's Kazashi now. Oh, and now Minerva's having the baby at the worst possible time. I knew it. I knew there was another one. I knew there was another clone. Because I was like, wait a minute. The math ain't math in here. There's like 6 or 7 of them. Where's the other one? I knew there had to be another one. This is Pooh. Pooh is the littlest of the Kazashi brothers. He hides a special secret. When his brothers die, his grief drives him insane and the monster inside him goes berserk. I knew this shit was gonna happen. I'm like, where's the other one? There has to be one hiding or something. No. Okay, I gotta stop there. My brain is gonna explode. Oh my god. Each of the Witch is the best thing in the history of the universe. It's better than Absolute Batman. Oh my god. Mad respect for Shonen Jump for giving the artist of Act Age a chance to do a new series given what happened with that series. I mean, it wasn't their fault and everyone loves them, so it only makes sense. Ichi the Witch is the first thing I read every Sunday. Bro, I gotta get back to reading it weekly. The series is so stupid good. Alex says, have I read Petals of Reincarnation? No, I have not. Can't remember, but are you caught up on Iruma? No, so I said this before. I don't think I've read it since like the summer, so I think I'm like 30 chapters behind or so. On that note, thanks everybody. Thanks for a fun stream. Friendly reminder, I am not going to stream tomorrow. Ideally, I would be live reacting to the Chainsaw Man chapter, but because I want to get a video up as soon as possible tomorrow, I don't want to spend an hour reading the chapter that could just be spent making a video on it. So, there will be no stream tomorrow. There will not be a stream Friday as well, because I will be spending this weekend working on the next batch of videos. Bullying you every day till you catch up. Yes, please do that. Anyway, thanks for a good stream, everybody. Keep an eye out for a video tomorrow on Chainsaw Man. There'll be another video on Kei Urina and Gachi Akata this weekend. And then I will try and post a stream schedule for the following week. Probably Friday or Saturday. I'll post some kind of like heads up, but no guarantee. Anyway, that's it. Did you really just leave off on chapter 67? Look, man, I gotta stop reading before it gets any better. Anyway, thanks everybody. Have a good day. And I'll see you soon. Peace.